Hi kids, I'm Elhone Delfino. I'm going to discuss to you how does an airplane fly. It is really fascinating to see an airplane flying, but have you ever wondered how is that possible? Let's take a look at how these fascinating vehicles fly. On December 17, 1903, Orville and Wilbur Wright embarked on the goal of making people fly with the first successful controlled flight of a heavier-than-air aircraft. Since then, these flying things have undergone several modifications, and now we may travel across the globe for hours at a time with their aid. Forces acting on airplanes as they go through the air are critical in understanding how they work. In all, there are 4 of these forces, each of which is meant to counteract the other. The plane's weight, which is caused by gravity, and the resistance, often known as drag, are 2 examples of natural forces at work. If you've ever had to walk against a strong wind or gone skiing down a slope, you've probably felt drag. Forces known as lift and thrust are needed to counteract these effects. Every plane has a unique piece of equipment that can offer each of these operations. The plane's forward motion is the plane's thrust. An airplane utilizes its engine to generate thrust in order to raise the aircraft into the air or to generate lift. The plane's wing or airfoil must deliver a certain amount of upward force. Lift may be generated by adjusting the angle of the wing in such a manner that both the air under and above it is deflected downward. As you can see here, this is the flow of the air on the airfoil. The airfoil is created in this shape so that air will flow like this. The air travels faster on the top of the airfoil than below. This flow of the air causes the aircraft to generate lift. Consequently, the air now has enough power to lift the wings up due to their deflection. In this section, we'll now learn how to fly an airplane with only few wing attachments. Let's begin with the flight's takeoff. Increasing lift force via different means and ensuring that this force is greater than the plane's weight is the only way to get the plane to take off from the ground. First, the plane's speed is boosted by boosting the engine's thrust. In order to increase lift, pilots activate the flaps and slats when the plane's speed is high enough. Elevators are activated when the plane is ready to take off. When the plane's tail is tethered, it causes the plane to tilt. This causes a huge rise in lift, and the plane launches. There will be no altitude change when the plane reaches the point of flight. You might have asked, what happens after? How the airplane changes its direction? Let's now talk about it. Using the rudder, an airplane may be steered horizontally, but this alone is impractical. Only one aileron rises and one aileron descends at a time for pilots. The airplane will roll because of the difference in lift force. The lift is not vertical in this roll state. When the planes roll, angle and speed are taken into account. A pilot can make a turn of any radius based on the angle of roll. However, there are several disadvantages to using this banking method. The plane will yaw as a result of this. To avoid an undesirable yaw, the rudder must be controlled simultaneously. Every part of an airplane is indeed important and has its function to have a successful flight. These parts are what makes an airplane fly. To sum it up, here are the parts that I've mentioned and how it is being used during flight. Wing, generate lift. Jet engine, generate thrust. Slats, change lift. Flaps, change lift and drag. Aileron, change roll. Elevator, change pitch, up and down. Rudder, change yaw. You might be confused at first by these parts, but you can watch these references I used in this presentation to have a deeper understanding of how does an airplane fly. Finally, this video is over. Today was a fruitful one. The rest of the tour is waiting for you. Thank you and goodbye.